Hello everyone, this is Valderon. This is Farm Simulator today. It's back to the farm, which I just called Emmerdale last time, but that might stick. I don't know. Game is paused. We have ran over to the next day, month, and we will continue. I had to make a little bit of amendment last time, and I'm going to continue with that. We agreed, the chat and I, that when I reach 100,000 or at least 100,000, I'm allowed to buy one thing from the store, because otherwise I'm going to be struggling as I don't get as many things up in the offers from the used part department, and if I want to do that, I need to find the mod, which is probably on Mod Hub or somewhere else, but it's not in the in-game one, so I'm not sure I'm going to chase for that. But yeah, that's how it is. So let's get to our continuance of the game at least. I ended by selling some wood, so that sounds like me. We're in February, and yeah, I am running this on very easy settings, so I shouldn't get into too many troubles. This is the first attempt on a survival game and in Farm Simulator 25, and if I succeed, we'll up the ante, and that's it. There is a couple of things to complete this challenge. I need to have a proper farm. That means I need to have the buildings which is needed, silos. I need to have some fields with crop and some animals and a million in the bank. So that is how it is. I am not as such allowed to use the shop, only buy used. However, as I mentioned for a moment ago, there is some caveats to that. And apart from that, I'm not allowed to use AI helpers or take loans and that kind of thing. So that is. Did you run through the wall? That is my dog. Where's my dog? Come on, doggy. Oh, you're there. Everyone meet Neptune. I would never call a dog Neptune because, especially not a border collie. Neptune is something goes with water. I say border collies like water, but well. Throw a ball. I like to be nice to the animals. And he did want to play, okay. He reminds me a little bit about my oldest dog. She can always be persuaded to play a little bit of ball. Except if she don't want to. That's it. So we are continuing this, but if I end up not having any viewers when I do this, then I will continue this on YouTube. Because I think the experiment is very fine. And then down the line, I will at some point hopefully play together with Welsh Tiger in a multiplayer. We have mentioned it to each other, and I hope that will come true, because I do think it is quite difficult when you are all alone. So yeah. think I'll park that and make sure the greenhouses have water. I know there's a mod which makes you turn on light automatically, because in many European countries that's actually law. Of course not on your own fields, but when you're driving in traffic you have to have your light on, or driving light on. A lot of Brits has actually looked weirdly at me because I always drive with my light on. It's just a habit. But nowadays a lot of cars just turn on automatically, so yeah. These two is just making me a little bit of money continuously. All they take is water. Yeah, I didn't stop the water, so it kept flowing. Oh my god, I forgot something. I didn't turn on my Christmas tree. Oh dear. What an uncivilized brood I am. So let's have a look how things actually look. Yeah, both grass field is ready for harvest, and that means I will have to. What did I actually find out? I think I found out if I put the weight aside and then I can mount the mower in front and have the windrower behind me. I think that is correct. So let's see if we can make that work. Second problem is going to be selling the bales, but bales is not, well, making them and selling them. Bales is not my favorite piece in the farming world, but yeah. So let's just hey-ho and do the fields and then get that all done with. When we have done the fields, then I will do some cultivation of the new part of the field. So I kind of hope this works out. Not sure if it will, but it should. I will say it's not all my plants which is actually kosher. Because I am why are you not mowing? Did this from the front before. I'm quite oh shit. Ugh. Welcome to the circus. Ha! Okay. Luckily I have super strength and can use it, so why did I walk with it? So there's on that side. So it's only on that side. Am I being totally stupid here? I might be stupid, I am not entirely sure, but we'll find out. Okay, it won't go on there. Then I will assume it will go on the front. I just thought I did it. And I do apologize if I'm a little bit stupid today. I'm very head tired. I had a very long day yesterday. I went to London, so and watched football, weirdly enough. So yeah, I'll just have to do it this way, and that is absolutely fine. I would say it's better than what I saw yesterday when I was watching a little bit of YouTube when I went to bed. There was someone doing this with hand tools. I did not envy him. I know how bad that could be. But the good thing is he seemed to have fun. That's kind of what it's all about. So I know I'm doing weird things here, but as I need to use the windmower, I can actually, I just need to make sure I mow the whole piece. I don't leave any piece non-mowed. This is a little bit easier for me to actually make sure I do it proper, I hope, and I missed some there, yeah. Typical. I do what I know works. Oh, it didn't work. That is brilliant. That is really what you want to see. Oh dear. So let's quickly get them. I came to wrong firing. Oh, there was some more which escaped. Oh, good, I'm missing some today. As I said, my head is a little bit tired today, so I kind of do some stupid things. I would say I was sitting playing a little bit this afternoon, not on this one but on my other save, and I managed to get my tractor stuck 3 times. And that is kind of an achievement, isn't it? But yeah, it's I think I will manage doing quite okay. The only thing is I have to be careful I don't drive too fast, and it's always going wrong when you can't control your vehicle. That's like in real life. Most accidents happen because people lose control. Just realized I was actually stupid. I should have done this from the beginning. Okay, lesson learned. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. At the moment, my only plans is to do the grass field, bale it up, and that's the first task at least, and then we'll see what comes after that. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Where am I going? Wherever I was going, it shouldn't be there. So every time you work a field, no matter what you do, there is quite an amount of work to it. So because first you have to remove the crop. This is a very simple crop. It's grass, so that is very simple. what you then have to do is you have to collect the grass, you have to bale it or do stuff with it. That's beside the point right now. But after you have done that, I'm just thinking I'm doing stupid again. Yeah. After you have done that, you need to, when it's a normal crop, you have to prepare for the next harvest and so on. I took the wrong side here. Am I stupid? You have to prepare the field, cultivate it, seed it again, fertilize and all that, and then you wait for it to grow, and then you harvest and do everything again. The workload is there every time. Then you have to store it or transport it or whatever you use the products for. There is many options, so that part, I would say, that really comes up to yourself, whether you want to sell immediately, store it, use it for, well, chicken feed, or, and even if you have wheat, oats, barley, you can collect the straws and then again bale them, sell them, use them in productions if you want to do that. And all these things which is not in the base games is actually as mods, so you can get a load of different production chains you can set up. The thing is, I don't know how beneficial it actually is. It gives money, it makes the products more valuable, but it also takes longer time to release your money. So I don't entirely know if I haven't calculated whether it's actually a good idea. I like to believe it is, because I do it on my non-streaming saves, and yeah, I accumulate, but I also there only sell when the price is right, meaning in the months where the price tops. And I use a lot of my production for animal food. My grass and my wheat goes to the grass goes to the sheep and goats, and my wheat goes to my chickens. I haven't gone down with any further animals at this point. So that was the first stage of this field. Then we need to use the windrower to arrange it so the baler can actually take it. this is one thing I'm not entirely sure I'm actually good at, but well, you learn by doing, to be honest. There's actually many things that I thought, oh, that this is not really me. I can't really do this in a proper way, but well, I'll survive. I'm sure I'm not the worst farmer ever been around. And I don't know why I would think that. The whole thing is, if you get more out of what you get out of the ground than what you put in it, then it's a win. And then don't speculate that you only get 100% of the yield and no bonuses or anything. That thing you can actually work on down the line. But if you spend £2,000 on you wouldn't even spend that much, because seeds is actually quite cheap, and the only expense you really have is actually the seed. So and fertilizer, of course, that can be quite expensive, I realized, but yeah. That makes me actually think I never checked what was on sale. A slurry tanker, that is something I can use way down the line. A header for... I'm not going to buy that until I know which harvester I get in due time. What is that? That is... oh yeah, that's a wine. I actually did look at that, so yeah. So my first goal is make something like make the first 100,000, buy one thing, and I am actually going to buy a forage trailer so I can pick up the grass, and then I will build a silage bunker somewhere and start making silage. Then the second challenge is to earn enough money to buy a well, I actually don't know. Maybe a front mower, I don't know. Just stay in one direction, because the forage wagon can pick up the silage as well as the grass. That way I make the mowing much easier, because then I don't have to windrow it. I could of course make hay, then use the tether as well. However, I feel that waste way too much time, because as soon as this field is actually emptied, the grass will start growing again without you doing anything. So it's kind of free money as long as you leave it as it is. You just need to have it working, and I'm not sure if you start having grass to dry there, if it actually will start growing until that's gone. And then I will say that is not entirely sound. Stop doing that. That's not entirely sound in my mind. If someone disagrees, feel free to use the chat. I'm open for any suggestions. I will say I will listen to all suggestions. However, I will determine whether I will use them or not. Certain things I will give it a try, no doubt about that, but if I think it's equal or worse than what I already do, I will rather stick with what I think is the best ideas ever, mine. No, no, not to offend anyone, but I also very often play in a way so I feel it's also easy for me what I do. Sorry. I do know that Farming Simulator is a game where you can say, well, you should play it like this. And I will call BS on that, because in the real world, there's not two farmers doing it the same way. They have the same basic knowledge, but they actually sometimes choose different ways to do it. Yeah, there's certain things. If you play with full realism on, I know there is a lot of things that has to be done. Lime the field, remove the weeds. But I actually don't have them on, so it's not going to be problematic for me. If I had them on, then I would know that I have to do these things, of course. No doubt about that. Oh, I didn't get it all. Never mind that. The good thing is grass doesn't actually disappear. It will pretty much stay where it was. I know I don't have crop destruction on, but I don't actually entirely like to drive on crops. And that might be kind of because I have that, oh, you need to be careful. So I need two things. I need the baler. It's down there. There's even a bale. Why have I made a bale? That's a good question. Oops. I have a tendency with these things just to put them on, because if there is some grass laying around or hay or whatever it is, then it will just pick it up. Now, I do think it's very important that everyone plays like they feel they want to play, because otherwise we get into this that one person potentially tells everyone else how to play a game, and that takes a lot of the pleasure away. Just want to drop them automatically because I know I leave a little bit behind when I stop, but that's actually fine. I will drive around and pick it up so I get as much as possible before I continue. Otherwise, move a little bit backwards and drive again. It should pick them up. So as I just started the game pretty much, well, kind of. I'm still just selling when I have something to sell. But down the line, when I can afford build a silo and stuff like that, I will start keeping things until the proper time to sell them. Oh wait, that is too silly. And we better take another trip around. And I'm not saying to anyone to play and do exactly like I do, because I'm not sure that would be the best idea. Do what you think is best. You make sure you get the best game you can. You make sure you get the game which makes everything interesting for you. I say that about every game I play. I don't think I ever thought that there was any games where you should play like me. So this is actually a very normal thing to do for farmers. I drove a little bit far here, but yeah, I'll take another trip to get all the bits I didn't get. To make bales for different reasons. A lot use the bales to winter feeding their animals. You can also wrap the bales to make silage that way, but I've been told that is not the best way of doing it. And it's regarding the selling value. I don't know, I haven't calculated it myself, but as I particularly don't like to make bales, then I at least have chosen not to go down that route. As I said, that's my opinion. And we all have opinions. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong. That's just life. But that's why I mainly say, don't play like I play. Find your own path. I always find that better. And don't listen to people saying, oh, you should play like this. Just remember who paid for your game. And if the answer to that question is you did, then you are the master of how you play. there's quite a number of bales there, so that's very positive. And our greenhouses has made a little bit of money. Will of course be better later of the day. So can we scrape one more? I don't know. Let's at least get as much as we can off. I'm picking up the dots I can see. If I miss something, yeah, it's just... That is and will be just bad luck. Will I lose money on it? Yeah, I will. That's reality. Whatever you don't pick up and sell is lost. So oh, some there as well. I did not see. I probably shouldn't drive over them. That's I know the game is very tolerant with damage and stuff like that, but still, I actually need to think about repair my things. That is something I'm not too keen to do because it costs money. I should have taken this from the top, I think. These two. There's one there. So we need the front loader and the trailer. Uh-oh. I turned the connecting point. I actually don't know what you call that part in English. So we need this down so we can load it. We need to pick up some bales. I'm still not very good at that, to be honest. I might cheat a little bit and use super string to pack it properly, but let's see. I know that you are actually supposed to pack them in this direction.